Now, within this video, let me put on some music here because it's kind of fucking boring without it. Now, within this video, I would like to bring up the difference between the scene, the club scene, which is a totally different thing from the scene, and a community. Now, basically, in the scene, now let's just say, now the scene and the club scene are two different things. It's where people go to congregate and whatnot, share their ideas, or for some assholes just decide to cause fucking trouble for people and drama and provoke people into doing whatever so that they can get their way or whatnot, or, you know, just sit around and have a good fucking time, drink, listen to music, dance like fools or whatnot. Yeah, I used to dance like a fool, I admit it, but, hey, I you know, if I like that song, what am I going to do? Sit there and go, no. See, if I'm feeling a song, I'm going to dance somehow. I mean, I don't know how other people do things, but that's what I did. But here's the concept that I really want to get into. The difference between the scene, the club scene, and a community. Now, you can own a community. You can lead a community. You can be a founding father of a community. You can be a big shot in the community. Or you can be that fucking clown or loner or whatever the case is. You know, it's community. But in the scene, see, you can't own the scene. You can't even own the club scene. You may be able to own a piece of the club scene, maybe a party or a club, but you cannot own the scene. And I'm not making this video. Technically, yes, I am making this video from the last video that I made, but this is a little bit of a different subject, other than ownership, whether people think they own the scene or not. It's more of a concept of what would happen if one would disappear from the other. See, the scene is a scene of people, a group of people with common ideas who made this scene, in which nobody owns, and for the most part, most scenes have been around for years, even before these people were born. Or maybe when these people were kids or teens, or whatever the case may be. But let's see, the simple fact is that if the club scene, if all the clubs were to shut down and there was no more club scene, alright, that wouldn't mean shit. That wouldn't even mean a puckered rat's ass. You know, because nobody owns the scene. They may have a piece of the club scene or whatnot, or the party scene, or whatever you want to call it, but nobody owns you. You hear what I'm... Pause, rewind, play. Nobody owns the scene. Sure, you could be a big shot in the scene. You can use the power of suggestion, in which could be used for good or bad. You can make, because, you know, like the scene, like anything, you know, it can make you or break you. Or it could turn you into a totally different person, in which, you know, you either like it, you become someone big, or you don't like it and you get fed up with it and you're just like, fuck you, you fucking people, you douchebags, you fucking... But the whole point of the matter is, if the club scene and the party scene and all that shit was to disappear, it would not destroy the scene or a scene as a whole. Because there are still going to be people in that scene with an interest, and there are going to be people... Not everyone is going to be interested in your scene. or a scene, or whatever the case may be. But if the club scene and the party scene was to disappear, or if a community was to part or vanish off the face of the earth, people are still going to go on the way they want to. People are still going to reminisce. People are going to follow other people's example or lead, or maybe they like the look and they want to wear something from that look, or they want to wear the look in general, or maybe they just like the way of life and music, or whatever the case may be. I listen, as you can see, I listen to all types of music. Industrial, metal, goth, shit they usually play at the clubs, a little bit of classical music. I have some music from World War II, which is quite impressive, I might add. But the whole point is, if you get rid of the club scene, the party scene, or even a community, life, or scene life, as I might add, will still thrive, because the club scene did not build the scene, or a scene, or whatever scene. People put into that scene, made it what it was, formed it, evolved it, formed other scenes from that scene, bred off scenes, and spreads other scenes from other scenes from other scenes. It's just an evolution of different scenes from one scene that originated from the other. You can't kill a scene. If you think you can kill a scene, or kill someone, or kill off someone's interest in the way they think and what they wear, then everyone might as well look the same. As a matter of fact, everyone might as well be blue. Then what are they going to do? They're going to pick on each other for their size? No, it just doesn't work like that. You can't control a scene. You can't own a scene, you know. And just because one is highly popular in a club scene, or many club scenes, that does not mean shit. Because without that club scene, the scene would still thrive. Yes, it may linger upwards slower than the congregation spots called clubs and parties, but it's the simple fact that it will still survive on its own without a leader, without someone, you know, making these congregation spots, because if they wanted to congregate, they could have done that in fucking public, or they could spread their own influence through just what they do, what they wear, and the music they listen to. And often they don't even need to fucking explain, you know, themselves and what their scene is about. People could easily fucking learn about it. I mean, especially in this day and age where we have the internet. So no, just because someone is popular in a scene, or owns a part of a club scene, or a few parts, or whatever the case may be, or even if they have the power of suggestion in a scene, which could be used for good or bad, that doesn't even mean that they own the scene. So yeah, without the club scene, the scene would still go on. Without a fucking community, the scene would go on either fucking way. I mean, some people would probably laugh about the asinine fucking idiotic ideology of a community owning the scene. That's just pretty fucking priceless. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with my rant, and I wish everyone well. If you like me, share my video, subscribe, rate, whatever. If you don't like me, share me with your fucking enemies, and then bore them to fucking death with what I have to say.